Boom, and we are live.
Hello, guys.
Hey. So here we have Sparky with us today. Welcome to the Elite Encounter. Just a quick summary. The podcast is essentially just a podcast about Pokemon Unite, where I just meet up with someone that is involved in Unite in some way, as a competitor, a pro player, a streamer, as it is in this case, or a content creator, pretty much anything involved with Pokemon Unite. And I guess in Sparky's case, you're a streamer, right?
Yeah, I'm mainly a streamer.
But would you also consider yourself like a content creator with this kind of stuff, or not so much?
I mean, I only post shorts, really.
Okay.
I don't really post long content.
Gotcha. And how long have you been making, or how long have you been streaming for now?
Like 1.5 years, maybe 2 years even. I don't know, actually.
And would you say it's been a good experience so far?
Well, the beginning is fucking horrendous, bro. There's like you have no viewers. You're just talking to yourself at the beginning. now it's actually fun, but yeah.
Okay. I also do stream on Twitch as well, but I have a different approach to it, which I can explain if you want. But I know what you mean when you say like you're talking to yourself. It's like it's kind of weird. How did it change for you? Like, what was it that changed for you when it became actually more fun?
Well, when I started having like reoccurring viewers, you know what I mean? Like they showed up almost on every stream, and someone was actually watching. That's when it started to be fun for me.
I see. So on average, you probably have like a handful of viewers, or how many people do you usually have?
I mean, it depends, honestly. It's like sometimes I have, usually from 10 to 20, but sometimes just Twitch doesn't like me for some reason. I have like from 5 to 10. It really depends.
Gotcha.
One month it's 10 to 20, 1 month it's 5 to 10.
Well, I noticed it's part of the struggle is making sure that you engage with them and have like a really interesting stream, which is kind of the challenge for me particularly because you don't have a face cam on your stream and neither do I. But on top of that, I also don't have voice. I don't have my microphone enabled, so that so my stream is even worse. What is it that got you into? Let's actually go ahead and talk about that. What is it that got you started with streaming, and then we'll go into how you ended up playing Unite. Or did you start playing Unite first?
I started playing Unite first, then streaming.
Okay.
What got me into streaming Unite is really the fact that Unite doesn't really have that many good players. So it's really easy to become one of the better players, and if you're one of the better players, then you can stream and people will watch you to learn. And then if you have a mic, you can also entertain people by being funny or some kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. The mic makes a huge difference, and I actually play on and stream on my phone, which is kind of part of the problem for me because then if I want to use my microphone, it messes with like the logistical aspect. Are you also playing Unite on your phone, or do you have a Switch?
I'm playing on Switch. The thing with me and the devices I used to play Unite on, it started with me actually playing on my PC on an emulator.
Really?
I never played on a phone. Then I switched to Switch One when I got it, and now I'm playing on Switch 2.
Interesting. So you were playing the game on an emulator. How has the experience been different compared to like the Switch?
On the emulator, it was really fucking clunky, not gonna lie. When I started playing Unite, I imagined that it would be similar to playing League on an emulator, you know? Because you play League on phone, I imagined it would be similar, but nah, it was really fucking clanky.
So was the frame rate dropping a lot and that sort of thing?
It wasn't really the frame rate dropping, but it was there was really like problems with aiming, and you couldn't really move. Like you couldn't make precise movements.
I see. So it was like playing League of Legends, but with Pokemon, because you had to use your mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, but you moved with your keyboard and you aimed with your mouse on moves. It was really weird.
Yeah, I bet. That is quite annoying. So you couldn't like click on the map to move your character, which is what you have to do in League.
Yeah.
Did you have experience playing League, by the way?
Well, I used to play League a bit, then I stopped playing League, and now I'm playing League a tiny bit again.
Okay. So you started. Was League like the main game that you started playing in this genre?
Yeah, you could say that. But I never was like really into League, you know, just putting it out there.
Yeah. I also played League, I guess, when it was pretty new, and I played it a lot, like to the point where when I was in college, I had to stop playing it because my grades were suffering. and man, it's crazy. Like I stopped playing, and then all of a sudden my grades improved. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
But now I realize that it's about finding the right balance. And that's kind of what I like about Unite. The games don't take like 45 minutes, 60 minutes like they do in League.
But the downside is that there's literally no ranking system. Your mic muted, I think.
Oh, yeah. Do you mean that like the players on ranked are just really bad?
Yeah, like it doesn't matter if you're 2000 master or if you're even fucking ultra. If you're 2000 master, you're gonna get matched with ultra players. It doesn't matter.
I think it's part of the matchmaking. I mean, there's a lot of factors, but see, when you start winning a lot, especially back to back, you get put on a team with all these noobs because it's compensating for how well you're playing. That's a compliment.
Game is complimenting you.
Oh my god, just yesterday I was playing a match with these noobs. Oh my god. It's so frustrating, man. Like this is why it's so hard to play defender or support in ranked. Like you're helping them level up only for them to just walk into the enemy team and feed them.
What I've realized is that like if it's a full solo queue game, it's usually always winnable if you're playing a carry. You're a tank player, so I feel sorry for you. But if you're playing a carry, then if it's a full solo queue game, it's usually always winnable, unless one of your teammates insta flips Ray. Then it's not winnable. But if it's a full solo queue game, then it's usually winnable always.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree generally, but it's just difficult in order to, like, you know that, for example, they should be farming some farm that's in the back of the map, or maybe they should be trying to secure the objective, and they're just like, I don't know. The worst is when they're just sitting in the bush waiting for the enemy to walk along and try to gank them. But, yeah. Anyway. It's kind of frustrating. Did you ever have anyone pop into your stream and kind of shit talk you because of how you played?
Oh yeah, that happens quite a bit, but it's content for me, bro. It's content for me. I love when that happens, because the last time this happened, it was a random Raichu player that was in a duo,
Yeah.
And I was solo queue, right? And I was like kind of shit talking him throughout the game because he was trolling. So he came to my stream and shit talked me right back.
Nice. Man, and you know, honestly, sometimes I feel like some players need someone to blame, and streamers are an easy target for them. Like, I was playing this match, and I guess it was one of those matches where I was matched up with a bunch of noobs, and I was like, you know, carrying the team, and we are about to win, and all that. Oh wait, I remember, never mind. So I played against this one guy, and we destroyed them epically. And that same guy ended up getting matched on my team. So he hops in my stream and says, this is going to be like your worst nightmare or something like that. And you know what he picked? He picked Crustle, and just all he did the whole game was just put walls in front of me. Oh my god. And the irony is, we still won. So it can still go either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what about like outside of streaming and Unite? What's your life like that in that way? Like, are you working like a job, or are you a student, or?
I'm a student still.
Okay,
It's gonna be last year of tech school this year.
tech school.
Yeah,
Like, programming?
I'm a programmer, yeah.
Okay. Well, careful with all the AI stuff that's happening. What do you think about this?
I feel like my job is already gone, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, all the junior jobs are kind of impossible or hard to find. Have you been messing with this AI stuff?
Yeah, it's like if I have an assignment, I can literally put the assignment in ChatGPT and it's gonna pull out the perfect code that I can just copy paste.
Well, maybe. But man, I've tried using it sometimes, and initially it gives me something good, but then if I try to debug or fix or improve it or add a feature, it just makes it worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, that's like the only thing that maybe what they teach us is useful for. That if AI messes something up, we can like kind of fix it ourselves. You know, that's like what we are useful for at this point.
Yeah, for now, until it gets much better. So
And we don't have to fix it. Yeah.
yeah, I've been thinking about other options as well, other variations of what to do, because I mean, my day job is like doing English coaching online. I do a few other things as well, but that's going to be replaced eventually as well. So I've been thinking about different backup solutions, different ways of making money. Have you been thinking about anything like that as well?
Well, I've tried stock trading, I guess.
Stonks.
Stonks.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that because it's almost like gambling, and it's
I
not
love
like.
gambling.
Oh, I see. I guess if you do it for fun, but if you're doing it with the intention of trying to make money, I guess you better be prepared to lose some money.
But think about it, bro. If you gamble, you always win because you can gain more than 100% more, but you can't lose more than 100%. You know what I mean, bro?
What the heck?
You always win.
Logic. Yeah, unless you put more money into it, you somehow dip into your bank account and keep on trying. The thing with stocks is that we don't really have a lot of information. Like, do we have an advantage in that field? I mean, like, are you like is this like the industry that you work in, or something like that?
If you like really look into the information of a certain stock, you can kind of think of if it's gonna go up or down. But like,
Yeah,
it's kind of random.
it is. And also, I saw, speaking of AI, how people have been making some AI agents to trade stocks.
Yeah.
And they've been super successful. So
Just buy an AI trader.
yeah, for real though. Like, it's quite crazy. Like, anyway, what do we do with our lives? The last episode I had was with Zoinks, and his day job is being a locksmith, and I think that's a good one. That's a good example, because it's gonna take a little longer until robots get good enough to do that. I hope. I think. Other ones obviously would be like plumber, AC technician, I don't know, that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
the fucking physical jobs are gonna be the best now. It's the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I hope that like the competitive scene in Unite might grow because of that. Maybe people will have more free time to play, and maybe people will want to watch competitions because it's like there are humans that are playing, you know, behind the usernames, not just, you know, an AI. What do you think? You think it's going to grow or shrink after AI takes all of our jobs?
Well, if AI takes all of our jobs, I think people are less gonna have more time and more are gonna be homeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I have a more optimistic point of view, and I hope that maybe the governments are going to change and adapt to help us actually continue being happy, I guess.
Yeah, I give it about 5 years until a nuclear war outbreak and we all die.
Oh, and it's not even gonna be that long, man. Like I was listening to a podcast about this from one of these AI gurus, and he was saying how in less than 2 years it's going to take all knowledge worker jobs. Less than 2 years. So, and we have to like base all of our stuff on like face-to-face interactions, working with our hands, that sort of stuff.
The dead internet theory.
The dead internet theory is already alive, man. Have you been on Facebook
mean,
lately?
There's so much AI bullshit.
Man, it's crazy. I just saw another post online on Reddit, and it showed a screenshot of these like AI chat companions on Facebook.
Ah, yes, buy a girlfriend, yes.
No, it's free. You don't even buy it.
Oh,
And it was funny. It was like one of them was like Russian girl, and the other one was like stepmom. Like, what the heck? What the heck? That's who it's promoting for you to talk to? Like, what is this? Man, it's crazy. But yeah. So given your history of Unite, you said that you competed in UCS, right?
yeah. Try to at least.
And what was that like?
I mean, with the team that I tried to, it was pretty fun, honestly. Pretty fun people there.
Okay. And did you win?
But we didn't go that far. We went like top 16 EU, which is like not dead last, but not good.
I see. Well, it's
It
better
was,
than what I've
it was
achieved.
more for fun, if I'm being real, than actually to compete.
Yeah. Have you been like doing competitive games for a while, or is this like part of your first steps in that?
Well, I used to be, a kind of a pro player, not really a pro player, a freestyler in Rocket League.
Oh, Rocket League. Never really got into that game. I played it a
But-
bit.
Then the skill cup came up like a lot, and I just kind of fell off. So I'm no longer a freestyler.
Like the skill cap increased? The skill ceiling?
Yeah, like Rocket League is the kind of game that they don't have to update, and the skill is gonna go up anyways because people are gonna find out new shit, even though the game is 10 years old.
And it hasn't changed? Like what how does that game change at all? It's not like Unite where they release new characters.
They don't really change the mechanics at all. They only add new maps and new fucking cars that have the same hitbox that others have.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that makes sense.
nothing really changed that much, but people still find new mechanics in that game.
Well, that's the thing I like about Unite. It's supposed to change regularly with how they, patch the game, release new characters, and that sort of thing. But a little bit back to like a little bit about yourself. So you're also located in Europe, which is where I am. I'm actually in Romania. Where are you located?
I'm in Poland.
Ah, you're in Poland. I have a good friend who's Polish. Wait, is Poland even like technically in one of those countries that's on the list for officially competing in Unite? I think it is.
I think so. I don't know.
Because I remember I tried to participate in some tournament for Unite, and Romania wasn't even on the list, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, because they just removed like half of the countries in Europe for no reason.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm not competing anymore, I guess.
I remember that part of the reason why the team that I played, UCS, with disbanded was because one of our guys was like Albanian, and Albania wasn't in the thing. So
Yeah.
we just couldn't play anymore when they did this.
Well, they recently stopped supporting the game in the Netherlands, if I'm correct, or something like that. Did you hear about this?
Netherlands and Bulgaria, I think. I don't know.
Really? Yeah, maybe. But it was because of like the gambling mechanics or stuff that they have in the game, like the
Yeah,
gacha
yeah.
mechanics and stuff like that. Which, to
Some
be honest,
countries don't like gambling.
well, you do. So
I mean, the thing is that in Poland, the physical gambling is banned, but like online gambling isn't. It's like so stupid.
that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, to be honest, I'm kind of like I kind of like that idea. I don't want to have all this gambling nonsense in these games. I mean, man, when you start the game, there's like how many pop-ups now?
Quite a bit.
There's like 7 or 8 like pop-ups you have to close, and it's really annoying.
Hey, but you gotta buy the 150 gem offer, you know?
No, man. I don't need like okay. So I literally don't care about any of the skins at all. I don't care about any of the trainer outfits. And if I don't care about any of that stuff, given I've played this game for so long, I literally have everything unlocked. Like I've been playing since release. I have literally everything unlocked.
Well, how I always went about the skins is that if I play a character and I know I'm gonna keep playing it, I want like at least one nice skin on it. And if ever like a crazy ass skin that I really want comes out for the character that I play a lot, and I already have a skin, like I'm gonna buy it if it's really that much better than the skin I already have. But if a new skin comes out for a character I play a lot and it's not that nice for me, then I'm just not buying it.
I have
I
something
only buy
similar
the
to
shit I
that.
really like.
Except my rule is that I will only get like a good skin if I get to the gold ribbon on a specific character.
Oh my god, okay, bro.
How many gold ribbons do you have?
I have 2.
Who do you have them on?
Lucario and Zoroark.
And Zoroark?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I think I have 2 or 3. I have one on Azumarill, Blastoise, and Umbreon. Yeah, I've been playing this game for a while. I have 3 of them. So that's my rule. Like, I only get a good skin when I get the gold ribbon, because you know you've achieved it. And I don't want to spend too much money on this game either. I haven't really spent too much money. But yeah, when it comes to Unite, what's the role that you're usually playing? Because those two are all-rounders and speedsters. Are those your 2 main roles?
Yeah, basically. Sometimes I'll play an attacker, but it's more like if I wanna play for fun, and I'll play an attacker. If I wanna win, I'll play an all-rounder or speedster.
I see. Do you feel like those fit your personality?
Well, I don't know how a speedster that dives into the enemy team and kills everyone fits my personality. But...
Well, I don't know. You can say that it's like there's got to be some sort of correlation there, because, like, for example, maybe a supporter is the type of person that likes to be there to, like, I don't know, give people support and not necessarily be like the main focus of the game, whereas maybe something like a speedster is more of a focus because they usually take the center, the jungle, and they're usually like the strongest on the team, usually.
I guess I need attention then. I guess I'm attention starved.
Is that why you stream?
It all makes sense.
Yeah. When it comes to streaming, what's your main goal with that?
I don't know. Just talk to people, entertain people. I don't really care about the money that much, if I'm being real.
So you don't have like a specific number in mind for making money, or number of viewers, or any sort of, I don't know, metrics?
I mean, I am going for 1,000 followers, but that's about it, what I want to do with the channel, really.
Mm-hmm. Are you making any money, by the way, on Twitch? Because I have something like, I don't know, 230 followers, but my average viewership is like, it's never above 3. So
yeah, you need about 3 for the money.
yeah. And because I don't use my mic, it's, you know, people don't really have a good reason to stick around.
Well, I make a little bit of money. I don't make that much money off streaming.
Something like beer money or something like that, a little bit of money on the side.
Something like I can go to McDonald's 4 times a month from that money.
Hey. Is it worth it? Like how much time are you putting into it?
As of lately, I don't stream that much. I used to stream like almost every day, but honestly, now I stream less and I make the same amount of money. So I guess if I streamed more, I would make more.
Well, I think maybe it's because you kind of grew your account to a certain level and you have a certain, I don't know, reputation. I guess maybe I should be asking you for some tips here because I've been trying to grow my stream, but getting on the mic and using that, I have my technical limitations because of my phone. I don't know, maybe I should be upgrading my equipment. So what is it that what would you say it is that like helped you grow your stream and actually start making money from that? Would you say it's more of your skill in Unite or like the type
I
of
would
engagement?
say that the amount of time you stream, and honestly posting like short form content on all other platforms and putting like link to your Twitch also helps. Because the discoverability on Twitch is really fucking bad.
Yeah.
So it's better to post some kind of content on other platforms as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know that finding new streamers on Twitch is not really the best. So you've been cross-posting on like YouTube Shorts or TikTok or Instagram?
Yeah.
And is that going well? Are you like, how do you know if you're getting a lot of followers from those platforms?
Well, because if I'm not streaming and I'm getting new followers, then it's probably that. Not being real.
Okay. That's actually not too bad. See, the main reason I started streaming was, I initially started streaming because I made like an online course on how to get into master rank in Pokemon Unite. It was a paid course.
It's so hard to do.
Well, that's why I was able to make the guarantee, you know. Anyway, it was like a super low price and all that. So I initially started streaming, and I did exactly what you're talking about, posting on shorts and all that sort of thing, to drive traffic towards the course so that people pay for it. But after a few months of having it up online, it wasn't really making a lot of money, and I said, okay, I'll just put it up for free, and I'll drive that traffic towards my stream instead. And it does bring in some viewers, but you know, getting to master rank is stupid easy, like you said. It's literally just a matter of time. If I were to, honestly, I would like to make another course on how to reach a higher rank. Maybe something like 1400 master or even 1600 master. Do you think that's a reasonable promise to make on an online course?
I mean, if you teach them how to rotate and to go for the bottom Regi instead of Regieleki, then they're probably gonna make it.
Yeah, but you know, it's not always that simple. There are some situations where it could be better to get the top instead of the bot.
Yeah. But you don't really need to know that to get to 1600, let's be real.
So what do you think it is that you need to know? Like, obviously the basics and all that sort of stuff.
I feel like if you're good enough mechanically on a Pokemon and you're playing a carry, you don't need to know anything about the game to get to 1600.
Oh, no.
Other than playing your character correctly.
Well, maybe to 1400, because up to 1400, the game essentially, it gives you more points when you lose than it takes away when you... Sorry, it gives you more points when you win than the points that you lose when you lose a match. So if you have at least a 50% win rate, it's just a matter of time. But after 1400, it goes the other way. That's when you start losing more points than the points that you gain from the wins. So after that point, you actually have to have a good win rate. And this is something they recently updated like a few months ago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I know. People were crying about it on Reddit.
Yeah, people that are probably not good at the game. What number is it? What rank do you usually get to when it comes to ranked?
Well, because I don't really play that much lately, I only play on streams, and I stream like once, twice a week. I get to like 1700 maybe at the end of the season. If I actually played the game, I would probably get 2K or something.
Okay. When you were playing,
If I duo queue, if I don't duo queue, then at later ranks it's just like I'm gonna probably get stuck at like 1800 or something because it's 50-50 basically at some point.
yeah, honestly, I know what you mean because there's only so much you can do. I mean, this is why I feel like the tier list for ranked is very different than a tier list from like 5-stack. Because when you're playing with a coordinated team, I don't know, I feel like some defenders are actually much better, and some all-rounders are much worse. Like
I mean, if you want to play with good people against good people and have like a good game experience, then you kind of have to play 5-stack at this point, I think.
Well, that's kind of something I wish Unite did better, is like having a better coordination effort. Like there is that functionality where you can use your microphone to talk to players in the game, but almost no one uses it.
Because someone can report you and you can get banned for nothing.
Yeah, I know. It didn't happen to me, but you know, I did have someone who was actually using the microphone and he played support, and it worked out really well. Like he was playing Hoopa, so he was telling us like things that we're doing good and how to, I don't know, where we should, like he was giving us information that was actually useful and not just shit talking or anything like that.
And then probably he got reported after the game by someone.
No, I don't think so. No, he wasn't negative at all. That's the good thing. And then
but the thing is that people are still gonna report someone who's positive just because they can, and they know they're gonna get banned from voice chat because they used voice chat.
Yeah.
So stupid.
It is so stupid, especially because like if you lose the match, they're just like, oh, it was that guy's fault. Blame him. No, but this guy was doing good. He was playing Hoopa, so he would announce, I'm going to use the portal soon, which was perfect actually for me, because knowing that, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to go to the bottom Reggie if he's going to use it. I'm just going to farm up a little bit on the other side of the map or something like that. Which is why communication is so useful. This is one of the reasons I got into this game, is because I thought people were going to communicate more. But that's not really the case, sadly. But that's why I wanted to look more to play like with competitive teams and that sort of thing. Like with this group that Yashi made, Fight Club.
Yeah.
Have you been like trying out with teams for a long time? Like how did you end up playing with a competitive team?
I mean, I met a streamer that knew a guy that knew a guy.
Okay.
and that guy invited me to his team, and I played for that team basically. I
see. So you essentially were invited.
That's basically what got a little bit of viewership on me, by the way. That's the fact that I got to know that streamer that was a little bigger than me, that kind of spiked my viewership back in the day.
I see. So you guys were streaming together, or?
We were streaming together for a bit, but then he got like, I don't know, hacked or something, and he kind of never returned, and nobody knows what happened to him really. No.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, I think that's why it's good to like collaborate on stuff. I know you've been messaging me about playing duos, but I swear every time you message me about doing duos, I'm like about to get off or something.
I stream quite late for you, I think. You usually like get off at 11, 10 or something? 10,
yeah, 11 or midnight. The thing is, like, so I mentioned I do English coaching, and I recently took on a bunch of new clients, and they asked to meet at like 8 a.m. and that means I have to get up at 7. So
why so early?
Well, that's when they want to meet, and that's kind of the struggle with being a freelancer. You kind of set your own schedule, but the joke is that like you work when you want, or more like you work when when your clients want you to work. That's essentially how I have my availability set up. And the thing is, like a lot of my clients, they want to have like a meeting like right before they start their workday, and that's why they usually prefer to do it at like 8 or 9 a.m. But also, I get clients that are in very different time zones. Like I have clients in Brazil, or I have clients in like Taiwan, and for them, that means like either it's like, you know, the morning for me, afternoon for them, or vice versa. So how my schedule works is essentially I have like a bunch of meetings in the morning, and then like a few hours break midday, and then a bunch of more in the afternoon. But yeah, I guess a good strategy I could do is maybe take a nap in the middle of the day, a siesta.
You can't really do any longer streams there.
No, but also it's difficult to do longer streams because I stream from my phone. It if I have it plugged in, then it heats up a lot and the frame rate drops if I have it plugged in. So I have to take a break, or like my streams are only about 1 hour and a half max, or like 1 hour to 1 hour and a half.
Twitch really likes longer streams. Like Twitch algorithm likes longer streams. You know what happened? Like back when Ludwig wasn't as popular, he did like a marathon on Twitch.
Yeah.
He streamed for like 30 days or something like that, and he got extremely fucking popular off of that one stream.
Yeah,
Just Twitch algorithm likes long streams that much.
Yeah, I thought about that, doing some crazy long streams. But the thing is, though, with like a game like this, I actually think that taking a break 1 hour, every hour, or every 90 minutes is actually good for your gameplay. Like, did you notice your gameplay suffers if you play for a certain amount of time without taking a break?
Not really, honestly.
Okay, maybe you're just more hardcore than me.
I mean, I usually stream for like about 4 hours.
Dang, dude. Yeah, I mean, I noticed a difference about every 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. Like, apart from the fact that like I need to give my phone time to cool down and recharge.
The thing is, if I would stream for like 1 hour, then the moment the Twitch notifications are sent, I'm gonna be ending the streams, you know, because Twitch notifications send like 40 minutes after you start.
Yeah, I know. That's what I really feel bad about that, because I would really like to have like a better system so that, like, for example, when I do go and take a break, I don't want to have to end the stream, but because I stream from my phone and all this other stuff, it just makes it a little bit logistically more difficult. But like, that's kind of a limitation I gave myself.
Can't you like plug your phone into your PC and like record on your PC?
Oh, I've tried that, trust me. So after I released this online course, I started streaming, and I kind of did what you're describing, like a streamathon. This was kind of when Unite was still kind of new, so there were a lot of streamers playing, players that weren't necessarily like trying to really be competitive in Unite, but just because it was a new game. And I did something like that. Like I found a way to plug my phone into my laptop and all that. But it made streaming really difficult, because when I would have to start a stream, like setup would take like 5, 10, 15 minutes to set up the stream and then get it going. And there was like a million wires everywhere, and it was like awkward, and I don't know. The thing I like about the way I stream is it's like very minimalist. I can literally just take out my phone, put in my headphones or my earbuds, and start to stream. I don't even need my laptop, for example. So that means anywhere I have Wi-Fi, I can essentially do a stream.
Like I have Switch in the dock plugged into a capture card that's plugged into my PC and my monitor.
Yep. That's what you have to do if you have a
That's how I
Switch.
stream, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that, but again, like I had a Switch at some point, and I started traveling more. Like I work remotely, so I like to hop around from place to place every few months. And carrying around a Switch was actually, I mean, it's still quite portable, but it's still a little clunky if you're a minimalist like me. So I ended up selling it. And I'm really glad that Unite works well on the phone, because then I don't have to have a million devices on me. Like I can pretty much.
I would say that before Switch 2, Unite was better on phone than on Switch 1.
But you said you didn't really play on the phone.
But I saw people play on the phone. So from seeing people playing on the phone, I noticed that the frame rate isn't randomly dropping to 40 on Ray Fight like on Switch 1.
Yeah.
But now on Switch 2, you can like actually play the game on Ray Fight, so it's fine now.
Yeah, but you know, there are some abilities that are harder to aim with the Switch than it is with the touchscreen. You know what I mean?
And I feel like it's easier to aim on a controller, really.
Well, okay, let me give you an example. So, like Blastoise's water spout. If you want to put it on a very specific spot, it's kind of a little clunky to move it around with the joystick. Whereas on a touchscreen, it's a lot more precise.
What, can you just touch wherever you want to use the move on your screen, or does what?
No, you have to touch the ability and then drag in the direction you want to use it in. But it's actually very precise, at least on my phone. It's very precise.
I mean, I never really play these like circle skill shot moves. I never really play any Pokemon that have those. So
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Another one that comes to mind is like
Gardevoir.
I didn't really play much Gardevoir. What's the other attacker? Fire type, whatever her.
Shandy.
Yeah, I guess that one kind of counts. Man, I'm like totally blanking now. She's a fox.
A Firefox, Delphox.
Delphox. Yeah, another one that comes to mind is Delphox, because some of the abilities you have to like precisely aim it, and that's.
No, Delphox is actually really fine on Switch.
Is it?
Because like the circle move kind of auto aims. It just follows the enemies. It's actually better if you slightly miss it, because then
Oh, I see.
Then it slows and stuns for longer if you slightly miss it.
Well, it does have the functionality where if you just tap it, it automatically just aims it on the enemy. But that's not always the best, because if, like, for example, with Water Spout, you want to put it a little bit ahead of where they're walking. Oh, I know, like Alchemy, if you want to put down the cakes, it might be easier to aim. There's a bunch of abilities that are kind of like that. So essentially those abilities that you have to like aim more precisely. But
I mean, it's up to preference, really.
well, I don't know. I've been talking to a lot of these competitors, and they say that it's better on the phone because of reasons like that. Like the frame rate doesn't drop as much, but which, you know, it's not an issue on the Switch too. But have you been watching like the World's Championships? Most of them are using phones.
A little bit.
Did you notice that most of them are using phones?
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong, my guy. But see, that's the thing. If you were to play on your phone and then you wanted to continue streaming, how would that work for you?
Yeah, I never really paid attention to how streaming on phone works, because I never wanted to stream on phone, so I don't know.
Well, see, that's the thing I have to deal with.
I feel like for me, playing on Switch 2 is like straight up better than playing on phone on Unite.
Well, maybe.
For me, you know, maybe I'm the one person in the world that feels that way, but
Maybe. I mean, I only have a little bit of experience playing Unite on the Switch. When it first got released, it was only on the Switch until it got released on mobile. And I noticed that specifically with the abilities like Blastoise's Water Spout, it was easier on the phone. But when it comes to streaming, it makes things a little bit more difficult on the phone. It mostly comes down to the audio aspect, because I like to play music when I'm streaming or when I'm playing.
I always play music when I play games.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, if I start using my microphone, then I don't know why. For some reason, the audio from the game is really muted. It's like it's something with Android. And then on top of that, the music doesn't play. So then I have to listen to just the game. But I think playing on the phone is, for me, it's just much more convenient option, much more practical. because I just have to whip it out, make sure it's charged, and I can play a few games. I really like the routine where I play for an hour and a half. Have you tried streaming on your phone at all, or is your phone even good enough to play Unite?
I mean, my phone is probably good enough, but I never tried streaming on or playing anything other than Clash Royale.
What phone do you have, by the way?
I have like one of the better Motorola's.
Motorola, man. They still make phones.
Yeah.
I used to have a Motorola. Which one did I have? I don't know. It's been a while. Now I have a Samsung S21, which is like 4 or 5 years old. Still good enough to run Unite, but
I mean, I feel like Samsung is the goat of the phones, really, especially like newer ones.
yeah, I kind of, when I got this phone, I did a lot of research and I was like, all right, screw it. I'm getting a Samsung, even though I don't want to, because they tried to hook you in their ecosystem and all that. But it's more reliable. It's works pretty well and all that kind of stuff.
I always had Samsungs up to this point, and the reason why I went with Motorola now is because like I don't need a really good phone. I only need a nice screen and maybe a decent camera. And like this phone has both of these.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't need anything better than this phone.
Yeah,
and it's like a budget version as well. Like it didn't cost that much, but it's like newer. It's the best Motorola I think on the market, and it's still like the new Samsung is like 3 times as expensive as this.
Yeah. I remember when I got my phone, I didn't necessarily get it because I wanted it to be the strongest or the best either. I got it because it was like a reasonable sized phone. Because nowadays, man, they make phones that are huge. It's crazy. But it had like a good camera, and I like to take pictures, and it has a good screen. And that was pretty much the main reasons as well. And then I started playing Unite, and I was like really happy. It works really well on it. But I have to put the graphics on minimum in order for the frame rate to stay consistently high.
I wish you could change graphics settings on Switch 1.
Put them on minimum.
Maybe it wouldn't lag on ray fights.
Yeah. Wait, do you have the Switch 2? I don't remember if you said you had the Switch 2 or just...
I have. I bought it the moment it released, bro, because like it's impossible to play this game on Switch 1, I swear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, I just remembered. So you mentioned at some point that there was some controversy about your name, Sparky.
Yeah.
What was up with that?
Well, some people in the community apparently think I'm racist for some reason.
What the heck?
I really don't. I really have no clue why. Probably one of the bigger streamers said something about me. So
Maybe they're mixing it up with someone else.
Maybe I don't know.
Because another name that was kind of making another content creator for Pokemon Unite was Crashy, which isn't really the same as Sparky, but kind of similar. Have you seen this guy, Crashy?
I've seen like a little bit of his content back in the early Pokemon Unite days when I wasn't streaming myself.
Yeah, he's not putting anything Pokemon Unite anymore. But he was actually maybe that's the confusion they're making, because he was I would say maybe a little toxic, a lot toxic. He was like shit talking other players and just getting tilted all the time.
Oh, well, I'm toxic as well, trust me, bro.
Well, I'm glad you're not toxic with me, because man, sometimes I play these wonky builds. Like I've been playing some XP Share Charizard. Let me tell you, man, it's actually not too bad. What do you think about XP Share Charizard?
I don't know, man.
Hear me out. You want to hear me out?
Sure.
Okay, so Charizard scale is really good in the late game. We all know that, right? And early game, he's pretty much really bad. So if early game you focus on helping your teammates, secure farm and farm up, And if you get the anti-healing item, then you can also provide the utility of preventing the enemy from healing. And Charizard recently got a few buffs, so now a little bit of health really goes a long way with his extra stats. But the move speed is also really good, and the only move set that works with XP Share Charizard is Flamethrower and Fire Spin, because then you can poke a lot and put that debuff on your enemies a lot. But, you know, after around 5 minutes or around like the 4-minute mark, then you can pretty much start playing as if you don't have XP Share and just start farming up like you would be like a normal all-rounder. Because most of the value that you're going to give to your allies happens before then. And there's going to be a lot more opportunities to farm up on your own. And so, in my experience, I still reach level 13, 14 pretty consistently with Charizard, even though I have XP Share.
Well, they can really just get rid of the bad early game by going jungle and getting level 5 instantly.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but...
like, I feel like Charizard is like really bad only before level 5. Once you get Flamethrower, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, it kind of frees up an item slot for certain defenders that really want to have, that really don't want XP Share. Like, I've been seeing a lot of Lapras players that don't want XP Share, and Goodra that don't want XP Share, some Blastoise players. And so during the laning phase, you can help them level up and get that experience. And if you have a decent defender and they start gaining a lead early on, they're going to be able to carry that lead out throughout the rest of the match. And, you know, it's less likely that they're going to feed the enemy team because, you know, defenders don't die as easily, theoretically. So I am an XP Share Charizard believer.
I actually kind of like playing carry Lapras.
Yeah, exactly. See? So if you're playing Lapras and then you saw an XP Share Charizard go in your lane, wouldn't you be happy?
I don't know, man. I would have mixed feelings.
Well, you would like the XP Share, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But see, also, if
But
you...
I feel like at that point I would prefer an XP Share Mew or something.
I see what you mean. But the other value is, if it's a draft match, then you're taking away the pick from the enemy team to choose Charizard. And right now, Charizard is really strong. So that's actually, it could be really good.
I guess.
And then if it's picked first on your team, they might try to counter-pick the Charizard. But if they are counter-picking, if they are building their team comp to counter an XP Share Charizard, then it kind of devalues their picks. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, on top of that, you have like a universal taunt. Because most people, they see a Charizard, they just want to kill it instantly. It's usually quite squishy. But if they kill an XP Share Charizard, it's just an XP Share Charizard. Another good XP Share all-rounder that I like to play is Mewtwo X. That one I think
Mewtwo X is valid, actually, though.
Yeah, that one makes a little bit more sense. Or Mewtwo Y, that one also
You know
sense.
what? I cooked something with Mewtwo X with Adwan once.
Okay.
We played Mewtwo X with full special attack Raichu. The thought process here was that we were camping bushes and he was stacking Evols on top of me and I was pulling enemies in.
And did it work?
It worked. It one-shots half of the characters in the game. It's so funny.
Okay. I can see that working. There's some fun combos.
Like, sometimes it doesn't. You really need... Your Raichu kind of like needs to bait the enemies into walking close to the bush, because the range on the pool is pretty bad.
Yeah. I see what you mean. But when I play XP Share on Mewtwo X, it's usually, what is it, Psyshock? For the disruption.
I feel like on XP Share Mewtwo the pool is better.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
See, another XP Share unconventional Pokemon that I would run it on is Tyranitar. For similar reasons with Charizard, except Tyranitar has unstoppable once it reaches level whatever. And when it gets ancient power. And I guess the movement speed from XP share helps it really get around the map much faster with ancient power.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We're cooking too hard here, man.
Yeah, I know. Another one that I like to play is Tinkaton with XP share. Because it makes it easy to get stacks, actually. Or what's another one I like? Galarian Rapidash. That one works pretty well. I've seen a lot of players do that one.
Well, I played Galarian Rapidash with XP share Sylvie.
Yeah. But that one makes more
I
sense.
never played XP share on Rapidash. The thought process behind playing Rapidash with Super Sylveon is the Hyper Voice special defense thing, right?
Yeah. Makes sense.
We kind of just one-shot the enemies.
And if you use Smart Strike, it can cause some disruption on the enemy. It can like displace them for your team, which is really useful. But the downside to Smart Strike is that maybe it forces you to go really deep into the enemy team. But if you have XP shared, then you're not like the carry. Therefore, you're not giving too much XP if you do die and all that stuff.
But the thing is with Rapidash is that you can just kind of dive the entire enemy team and you can still get out because you have Unstoppable and it's very balanced.
Yeah, especially after a recent buff, because it was actually quite bad before when they nerfed it, and you would essentially just die. But then they buffed it, and then they nerfed it a little bit more, if I remember correctly. So now it's actually quite balanced.
Yeah, but it was very, very balanced when it wasn't nerfed. It was very balanced. Man. I definitely didn't have like 80% win rate on it.
like you do on Latios.
Yeah, Latios so balanced, bro. The game is in perfect condition right now. They definitely shouldn't change Latios at all.
I don't know, man. I was watching one of the games at who was it? It was Nouns versus Luminosity, and Nouns had a Latios during the third match, and they lost that match. But also, Luminosity was playing a score comp. It was a crazy match.
I mean, I could imagine that Latios might be not as good as competitive because you need to get like 120 stacks is like one-shotting attackers, I feel like. So you pretty much need that to do a lot with Latios, and I don't really see getting that many stacks in competitive.
Yeah, but even if it does, it's
also
squishy.
really squishy, yeah. And it can just get jumped by 5 people.
Super squishy. And in the enemy team, if they have, for example, Luminosity was running 3 speedsters with their score comp, yeah, they can easily get Latios. But it was actually a very interesting match. Did you have the chance to watch it?
No.
Man, it was crazy. Like, Luminosity was essentially losing. They played score comp, but they didn't really have. They were pretty much equal in points before the Ray fight, and Nouns was like super scared that they were going to back cap in the last 2 minutes, so they were playing super defensively, and because of that, they didn't have any vision on Ray, or they didn't have like any map control, and so Luminosity just ripped Ray as soon as it spawned. And they won, which is quite sad, but maybe that's part of the strat, you know? You scared the enemy into playing defensively because you have a score comp.
That's pretty silly.
Yeah, some people say it's silly, but, you know, it could also be good because I think it just goes to show how versatile this game is. Like, you can play XP share on some attackers and it's still valid, or you can play some tanks as all-rounders, or you can play some all-rounders as tanks, not very common. Or you can just do score comps and still win. Whereas, man, these kind of strategies in League of Legends is like, it would never happen.
Or you can play Push Mundo.
Push Mundo? What's Push Mundo?
You just walk up to the enemy tower with the enemy there, and you don't care about the enemy, you just attack the tower and you live. Because Mundo.
Yeah, there were some cheesy strategies. One of my friends back in the day, I don't know, maybe it got updated and changed, but he would go like ability power mundo, and the cleavers did ridiculous amounts of damage. Or what was it, Master Yi ability power? It hit one of his abilities did ridiculous amounts of damage, and it got reset if you knocked out anyone out.
No,
So-
Master Yi only scales on the healing thing with ability power.
No. Well, at least back when I played, his like
Maybe they changed it. I don't know.
yeah, but what his ability where he like hit a bunch of enemies in an area, and became untouchable, kind of like Zera's wild charge.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but it doesn't scale with ability power anymore, at least.
Well, it used to. I know it did because one of my friends kept on playing ability power Yi, and I was really mad because all he would do was sit there and heal a crap ton and use that stupid ability. He wouldn't auto attack anything. Do you have any favorite cheesy builds when it comes to Unite? Like I have with XP share stuff.
Cheesy builds in Unite. I mean, my favorite thing to do lately is the thing I told you about with my duo, the Raichu and Mewtwo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really like to do lately if I have a duo that plays attackers.
Yeah, maybe next time I duo up with you, I'll play some Mewtwo X and grab the enemies into your balls. I actually haven't played other than Raichu almost at all. So, have you?
You haven't played what?
Alolan Raichu?
No, I really don't play it. If I'm being real. I think I played like 2 games on the Raichu all time.
Yeah, same. But yeah, so what else do you think is coming up with Unite? I mean, with all this AI stuff and maybe with how with how Pokemon Unite is changing, do you think Unite has a positive outlook in the future?
I mean, if they really like add a lot of new Pokemons, like they said they're gonna do, and they're gonna add the fucking Mega Evolutions to every Pokemon,
Wait,
then
what?
maybe
To every Pokemon?
they said they're gonna add Mega Evolutions to like all the Pokemon that have a Mega Evolution in the game.
I heard something about that, but not to every Pokemon. That would be crazy.
I don't know, maybe not every. I don't know. I heard something about Mega Evolution, and I don't know why would they add Mega Evolution to, like, I don't know, Gardevoir and Lucario and no one else. You know what I mean?
I mean, they have it with Mewtwo, so. I mean, it would be interesting. Maybe they would use up one of the item slots.
Mewtwo's got the Mega Evolution on the release, right? So if they now start adding Mega Evolutions, it would be kind of stupid to only add it to a couple when there's a lot of Pokemon in the game that have Mega Evolutions.
Well, I feel like that would be interesting if they added to all of them, or at least the ones that have it, because it would add like another layer of strategy. It really changed up a lot.
But they would like need to nerf the Pokemon that get the Mega Evolution as well at the same time to balance it, because it would be completely broken, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I was reading some stuff online about this, and they said maybe you have to hold like a Mega Stone as one of your item slots.
That would make sense, yeah.
Which is a nerf, and it would allow you to...
Maybe they would like, I don't know, you need to hold this item, but it changes how your abilities work or something like that.
Yeah. Honestly, the one thing I really want is for the other evolutions to come out already. Flareon, Vaporeon. What's the last one?
What roles do you think they would have?
I don't know if I'm just cooking, but honestly, I'm hoping that it might do something like Scyther or something where like it's different. Maybe one of the item slots could be like one of those stones, and you choose the evolution based on your items that you have chosen, and the enemy doesn't know which one you'll choose until you evolve in the game. Could be on that, based on that. I'm hoping like something like that.
I feel like if they add the evolutions, they're just gonna add 3 different characters, if I'm being real.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling that they're gonna make it a little bit more flexible, kind of like Scyther, because right, like I think that's really cool mechanic how you can change your character based on. Well, with Scyther, it's based on the ability you choose, which is how it is in the mainstream game, right? If you choose a specific ability, if you learn a specific ability, it evolves into Scyther. I'm not sure actually.
In the base game, you have to trade a Cypher to evolve it into Scissor.
Oh, okay, never mind. But it'd be a cool mechanic. I feel like it needs more flexibility, and having one EV that can evolve into all three of those based on a decision you make later on would be really cool. Or at least hidden information from the enemy team, because that would be really cool. Like you choose just Eevee, and then you can choose one of those three evolutions, but they don't know which one you're going to choose, which makes it harder to counter.
But then it's like, again, the same thing with Mega Evolutions, right? There are already evolutions in the game, so why would they make an EV for 3 of those if there's a separate license for every other?
I don't know. Maybe they just want to have a unique mechanic with those three, because those are the three original EVs, you know? And I don't know, man. I'm just
By
hoping.
the way, I feel like people in this game forgot that there's a full EV team buff.
Yeah, I know. There is.
I played recently. When I played, I saw an enemy team pick 4 EVs, and then the last guy, instead of picking Umbreon, picked Blastoise, and they didn't get the full team EV buff.
Yeah, what's the buff? Like 10% more health or damage or something?
It's 1%. It's really literally nothing, but like, it's nice to get it, you know, because you know that your team knows something about the game, so it's a psychic buff, because
Yeah.
you feel like your team is good, you know.
Yeah, mental buff.
Mental buff, yeah, mental buff.
No, it's true though. But honestly, that's how much of a buff you get when you have good emblems on certain things. Your emblems pretty much give you about the same amount of buff that you would just having a whole EV team would.
Yeah.
So are you gonna try to compete in some Pokemon Unite tournaments, or are you just gonna continue just chilling with your stream?
I don't know, maybe. Depends. I might try next year if a team hits me up or if I hit up a team.
Do you believe in yourself, man?
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, wait, what rank are you right now, currently?
Like 1550. I got 100 elo last stream.
What the heck?
It's like I don't play the game, but when I play and stream, I'm gonna get 100 master points. You know what I mean?
Well, for now, at that rank, it's easier to get 100. But, you know, as you go up, it gets harder. I'm currently sitting at 1650 or something like that.
But it's like the in-game rank doesn't matter at all. Like, I remember playing with some pro players in ranked, and when they joined my lobby, they were still ultra mid-season, so you know what I mean?
Well, maybe they also have Smurf accounts. But I see what you mean. It still shows a little bit of commitment to actually practicing, but the problem is you're practicing in solo queue or you're practicing ladder, and it's not necessarily like the best way to practice. I've noticed I started practicing with some coordinated teams, and it's like playing a different game, I swear.
Yeah, I know.
It was a very eye-opening experience for me.
I played with like 4 different teams. I know it's a different experience than normal rank.
Okay. I have a question about something I don't feel very confident on when it comes with this, but do you feel like sometimes these teams have like a specific way of doing things or a specific strategy that they stick to because it's like comfortable for them? Because
Yeah, I had one team that like had a specific strategy and they would always want to go with pretty much.
and do you feel like that's like a handicap for them because they don't adapt as well?
I mean, if other teams know the strategy, then it is a handicap. If they don't, then it might be good.
I see. Yeah, I feel like in my experience, like they got used to playing the game and doing certain strategies that if I come along and I say, hey, I'm gonna do some XP share Mewtwo X, they lose their minds. But yeah, there's probably better characters. Anyway, I mean, I think that's pretty much it that I have when it comes to questions for you, man.
I think one more thing in competitive. I think the most I've ever cooked with a team was we played. It was with the team that was like cooking. We played Dodrio jungle, some random shit bot lane that stuns, Sableye on top lane that invaded, and I was pretty much just solo laning.
Okay.
As a miał Skarada top lane
What
in
the heck?
competitive.
Did it work though?
I played the mage version of Skarada. It worked really well, surprisingly.
Interesting.
The mage Skarada with all the stuns, I just played for Unite move and stuns with the clones pretty much.
Well, to be honest, maybe the enemy team they don't really know how to react or how to respond to some of these different strategies. Maybe that's why it worked.
These Pokemon are not really that much played, I guess. That's probably why.
Well, I was looking at a chart, and Sableye was banned actually quite often in Worlds. For some reason. I don't really get
Because it's just annoying.
It is definitely up there in terms of being annoying. Yeah. Cool, man. What about questions for me? Have you ever had some curiosities about what I do?
Why do you play tanks in solo queue?
Why do I play tanks? Because I want to torture myself. No, I want to just really get super good at certain micro mechanics with these characters. So good that when I do play in the 5 stacks or with coordinated teams, that I can think 100% on how to communicate effectively and how to make the best macro decisions. And all the micro stuff just comes naturally. But also, it's what the team needs.
Every time I try to play an actual tank and not a carry Lapras, I find myself like setting up a KO on all 5 of the enemies on Rayfight, but then 2 of my teammates are backcapping, one of my teammates is farming jungle, and the one teammate that helps me just doesn't do enough damage, and we both die.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, you gotta also identify these moments. Like, before you're about to go initiate and hard engage, you gotta make sure, like, is your team there to follow up on you? And that's also part of the skill in being a tank, wouldn't you think?
I guess.
Because there are a lot of moments where you can do like a really good engage, but if your team isn't there, well, and then of course in solo queue your team isn't always there. So
I'm just used to duo queuing with a supporter and 2v5ing the enemy team.
yeah, man, the most frustrating is with Ho-Oh. Oh my god, I revive my teammates and they're just like standing there like what?
Every time an enemy Ho ults on Ray, I just get like i7 KO streak or something like
Yeah,
that
man.
for free.
Oh my god, it's so frustrating. Like, if I play Ho-Oh now, I always have a really good eye for who's good and who's not, because if I see like a player doing really bad decisions, I'm not gonna revive them. I don't care. They're just so bad. They're just gonna stand around after they die, after they get revived, and then yeah, pointless. Other questions from me? Why am I so good at Unite? I'm just kidding.
How did you get into the server actually? The in-house system?
Oh man, I'm just super good, man. I'm just kidding. So I got into some other servers, and those are like to help you find a team if you want to compete. And I tried out for a few teams, and this was for like a former team that Yashi had. I didn't actually end up making it on the team, ironically, because I didn't want to run XP share on Blastoise. Ever since then, I've been trying to find all these unconventional Pokemon to run XP share on. But anyway, I didn't make the team, and I don't know. When he made this other server, he invited me, and that's pretty much how I got in.
The way I got into the server is one of the 4 teams that I told you I was about was with Christo as the team captain.
Yeah.
And I think he changed his nickname on Discord now or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the same guy we're talking about, Yashi.
Yeah, basically, I was on his team one time, and I think when he created the server, this in-house fight club, he just randomly invited me in there, and I didn't even notice I was there.
Yeah.
I only noticed like a couple, like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah, you should join more for these in-houses, man. I think it's a good practice. And maybe it's also good for your stream, because if you're streaming when you do the in-houses, some of the people in the server will come to your stream just to watch the game, you know? At least I noticed in my stream, my super duper boring stream has been getting more views when I play in-houses. Which is basically...
I feel like I can pull out more content when I'm like alone than when I'm in a voice call with 4 other people.
Oh, because you're not putting your voice on your stream? Like, would you still be streaming if you're doing that?
I mean, I can stream the in-houses, but I feel like the content wouldn't be as good as when I'm alone talking. Because like when I'm playing with 4 other people, it's just callouts and just playing the game. And when I'm playing alone and just streaming, I just talk about some random shit and make jokes and try to be entertaining.
I see.
I'm not gonna be the streamer in the call with 4 other people talking over other people talking to my Twitch chat.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You should try it out. See what some of your viewers think. Maybe it's something they appreciate, because to be honest, there's not enough stuff out there for people to understand how to communicate in the game, how to make callouts or that.
I feel like the gameplay would be more entertaining probably, but the content itself wouldn't be.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Do you consider yourself a really good comedian?
Yeah, honestly.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you can balance it out. It's not like you have to only do in-houses, and they don't do in-houses all the time. It does take a little bit of time, but for me at least, I found that it's super interesting to learn how to play with those guys, because communicating as a team it just changes the whole game, man. It's just like takes it to another level. So I don't know, if you want to compete, it's good practice.
I have about talking, right? About communication in game. I have this duo partner that I play Raichu Mewtwo with, right? Yeah. I play the Mewtwo and he plays the Raichu. We are never in a voice chat. He just knows when to put the E-balls in the bush. He knows when I want to do that. I don't know.
I see.
We don't need to communicate.
Well, I mean, maybe with that kind of thing, it's kind of intuitive based on positioning and whatnot. But there's some stuff that's good to communicate, like when enemies use their ultimate, when they use their battle items, or...
I feel like we just played with each other enough that we just don't need to communicate to know what we're doing.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, once you play enough, you get the feel for it. Cool, man. Well, I do hope that we get to play more on stream. I don't know. I don't think I have notifications set up for anyone I'm following on Twitch. But if I do hop online and I see you're online, I'll definitely hop in your chat and see if we can do some more duo matches.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna be streaming for like the next week or something because I'm not gonna be home. But
oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
You're going to Serbia or something? Croatia. Close enough. Are you going on vacation or what?
Yeah.
Nice. You going to the beach?
Yeah, probably. For some reason, we have like we rented out a house with a pool for some reason. I don't know why. When there's a beach like 1,000 meters from there.
Well, it's a different vibe, you know. Sometimes the beach, it's not always the best. Like sometimes the water is dirty or mossy. Like sometimes it has seaweed in it, which can be quite annoying. I'm not sure how it is in Croatia. I haven't been to the beach there, but
Apparently, it's really like rocky.
yeah, or it can be rocky. But it's also convenient to have a pool right next to where you're staying. You rented out a house with your friends and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds like a good time, man.
I hope it's gonna be.
You hope so. You're gonna come back and be destroyed or what?
Destroyed from 7 days of being drunk, bro.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe this is your version of spring break. Or just summer break. Or just you don't need a reason, you just go. Cool. Anyway, man, it's been good chatting. Any last words, I guess, call outs for people to see where they can find you?
Follow my Twitch. I don't know.
Follow your Twitch.
Put up a link in the description or on the screen. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll for sure. I'll do that for sure. But it's
any teams that want a good top laner or jungler, hit me up.
Yeah, hit up Sparky. You know what's good. You got that Masquerada mage build.
Masquerada top.
Cool, man. Well, it's been a pleasure.
I'm probably not gonna play Masquerada on competitive anymore. It's probably like just spamming Lucario.
Yeah, I think Lucario is a pretty good choice. I mean, Lucario is one of those Pokemon where it's like such a main Pokemon in the series. They're gonna probably always have it be strong enough to be viable. I have a theory, like there are certain Pokemon that are so like essential to the brand, they're gonna always try to make sure they are viable in competitive.
Okay, but Lucario was pretty bad for like some time. Now it's decent, I guess.
Okay, I think you're right. He was pretty bad, I guess.
Lucario is like the kind of Pokemon that you need to be good at for that Pokemon to be good.
Okay, I can see that. I didn't really play it too much. The only
I have a gold badge, so it's not really a problem.
Okay. But yeah, cool. So if you want to find Sparky, you can find him on Twitch, YouTube. But your username is spelled with a 5 and then a P and then a what?
Yeah. Just put it on the screen or in the description. I don't know, man. Sparky spelled normally was taken on Twitch, so that's why it's like that.
I see. Okay, well, I'll put the link up. I'll put the info in there so people can find you. You're gonna get a bazillion followers, man, just from this one.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Well, you're one of the first few people in my podcast, so as it gets popular, people are gonna see it and they're gonna be like, "Who's this awesome guy playing Mage Masquerada?" Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I do plan on trying to release as many podcast episodes. If you know anyone that would like to join, just let me know, and then I'll figure things out with them.
I don't know, get muddled in here.
Who?
Get muddled in here.
Muddled?
He doesn't really play Unite anymore, but he's gonna give you content.
Oh, what kind of content does he do? Is it like?
I mean, he's just a funny guy.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll reach out to him. Maybe I'll see. But if he doesn't do Unite anymore, that's like the main thing with this podcast is people who play Unite, work on Unite, compete in Unite. It'd be cool to have a developer or somebody get on this podcast.
I mean, you could get Sushi on here, but he doesn't really speak English at all.
It's okay. We have AI to translate for us. We'll find a way to make it work. There are tools out there nowadays, and especially now with AI. But yeah, anyway, it's been good, Sparky. I'm sure I'll see you again soon. If not in the in-houses, then on the stream I'll hit you up and then we'll do some duos.
All right,
man. It's been good. See you later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.